Rituals are very powerful things. I don't condone them because they can be abused. But I will tell you that I have performed one. I'm going to tell you right now exactly. Wow, I have exactly what I did right here. I'm going to tell you a ritual I performed when I was at my lowest. Shocked the hell out of me. But I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Let me grab this real quick. All right. A friend of mine gave me a dozen old oil lamps right here. This is one of my favorites. I got them on the shelves everywhere. Believe me, power ever goes out, I got plenty of oil. Got my wick. Got a whole bunch of wicks. Let me tell you what I did. This is absolutely a true story. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to embellish. I don't get off on any of that crap. I'm going to tell you exactly because you'll know this is the truth because it's embarrassing. After 26 years in prison, I got out with $100. That's all Texas gives you is $100. Don't get me wrong. I love my state. I was the only conservative Republican bastard in the entire prison. But if there were others, they didn't speak up about it. But I went through a dark time when I first got out. Didn't really understand how I was going to get on my feet and how. I mean, I have come very far from where I was when I got out. And really, I don't even know why I'm telling you all this. I really shouldn't even admit to doing this, but I did it. Understand. Having read several books like A Bremlin the Mage, The Sacred Magic of a Bremlin Mage, so many different grimoires from the 14th, 15th, 16th century. I read all that in prison, and I took a lot of notes. I have them now. I also read a book called Liber Chaos. One of the most fascinating books I have ever read. Liber Chaos absolutely explains how magic is the bridge between science and the quantum field. It's awesome. But in this instance, I was absolutely broke. I had no money. My bank account had nothing in it at all. Wasn't on Facebook. I was on Craigslist, and I had posted previously on Craigslist. This is before I started my company, Paradise Rock Gardens. This is before I became very successful at creating stonescapes. This is what got me started. This got me started on that. I was so low, didn't know what to do. I was homeless. I was living at a friend's abandoned house, and I was living on my motorcycle. I got a really nice motorcycle, but at that time, my motorcycle was all I had to my name. In a backpack, with a tablet and a phone in it, and about two changes of clothes. Didn't really know how I was going to get my life started or whatever. And in that abandoned house that was owned by a buddy of mine, I was just staying in one of the rooms till I could get on my feet. I didn't have any furniture. I didn't have anything. I pulled out this lamp, which he had given me these 12 lamps. And I pulled out this lamp, and I got a piece of paper out, and I wrote down exactly how much money that I wanted, and that I thought I might need to start, just to start the domino effect, because I've always been a very hard worker. I was at the lowest. So I put $1,200 on a piece of paper. I said, man, that's what I need right now. I can't remember exactly what the ritual was that I spoke, but I spoke out the ritual. I said within 24 hours, I'm going to get a job. Somebody's going to contact me. My phone's going to ring. I went through all the motions of answering the phone. I pretended like I was talking to somebody. I pretended to be excited, pretend all that. I took the piece of paper that had $1,200 on it, and I spoke, and I said, hey, this $1,200 is already coming to me, so I don't need this paper anymore. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I tore it up and I threw it in the candle flame, made sure it burned up. That was my ritual to induce quantum collapse. That was my ritual that was my physical act to make a thought construct come true. And I even spoke the words like, hey man, since all this is over with and it's already become fact, I'm blowing this candle out because I don't need it no more. And I blew out my flame. I put it back up. And I still went to sleep depressed. I remember that. I remember that because this was before I started my YouTube channel. And I remember going to sleep, $1,200. I woke up the next morning and a woman in Caldwell County, I can't remember the town, such a small town, but it's really close to Livingston, Texas. A woman answered my Craigslist ad while I was asleep. I woke up shocked. Looked in there. I contacted her. She gave me her number. Contacted her. She told me that she had a huge pile of rocks that she needed to move. It just happened to be rocks. She wanted to make little rock gardens around her double wide trailer. She had a lot of land, animals, all that stuff. I went out there on my motorcycle, showed up. I don't have any tools. I don't have anything. I show up on a 2018 brand new Fat Boy. That's all I own. And this huge sterling silver horse. And I'm in work boots, work clothes, and all that. And I show up, and I know I looked odd to her, and I just told her straight out that, hey, I just went through some stuff, and it's gonna be a while before I can get back on my feet again. So I'm just doing these odd jobs. And she put me to work. Before we even started, she said she was going to pay me half. And we agreed on $1,200. And it was a lot of work, don't get me wrong, it was a lot. But what shocked me was I had took a break about 11:30 in the morning. And when I drove down 945 is the name of the Texas highway. I went down 945 to this old barbecue place that was nearby, and I'm tired. I go in there and I use the bathroom. I wash my face and all. And I don't know. When I went back out, I looked at my phone. I looked at my PayPal, and she had sent me $600 twice, and didn't even know it. She had no idea that she sent it twice to me. There was $1,200 in my PayPal account. It's one of those events in my life where it was so surreal that I was not surprised. I was living in a dream state all that day. I got all the work done. I did everything. And she invited me back to do some more work, some fencing and all that. But she tried to pay me another $600, which would have been $1,800. Don't get me wrong. I worked my ass off. I did the work of like 4 men that day. But I did so much that she was very happy about paying $1,200. She was trying to pay me $600 more. And I stopped her and I showed her. I said, you already sent me that money. You already sent me. She said it was a total accident. She didn't mean to. And, you know, it was all good. I made another $200 off her the next day doing some fencing for her. But the main thing she wanted was all that rock, and she's just too old and couldn't move. It was 4 yards of rock. And it took me at least 6 hours to move all that rock. And then it took me another 4 hours. I was there like 11 hours a day. So anyway, I was exhausted, came back the next day. I'm just telling you that I performed a ritual. All right. I'm not surprised by what happened, but I was at my lowest, but it was heartfelt. I just went through the motions. The simulacrum absorbed every little action I'm doing and the things I'm saying as I'm doing it, and knitted that into my reality as a fact because I presented it as such. Just like the media presents to you that things are factual when they're not, because they need the collective to assume it's factual in order for it to be a fact. The media is genius at what they do because they understand. Whoever controls the media understands the operating protocols of the simulacrum. They have to. This is why, if you're a truther and you're awake, the media pisses you off because you are not resonating with the deceit. If you are interested in mainstream media and you listen to the narratives and the stories, that means you're in resonance with it. And if you're in resonance with that, then that means you're a true child of the simulacrum. But if it angers you, then you're something else, and you need to be proud about that.